What is going on, everybody? And welcome to a live session with Secrecy Concealed. So, this is probably the first time that I've done a live stream. Um, so, I just figured why not? I usually do pre recorded videos, I've never gone live. So, why not go live and talk about the reincarnation soul trap, which my subscribers are already familiar with. That's the subject that I always talk about. So let's get right to it because I don't really plan to be long. I may do the live stream thing again. But let's just get right down to business. The reincarnation soul trap. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I'm back. Had to mute myself for a brief moment. But yeah, let's just get right down to it. The reincarnation soul trap. Like, I've never believed that um I truly made the choice to come here because this planet was so cool and Earth was just a place to be. Like, nah, it's not. The more I think about why I don't have memory of my past life and anything that happened between this life and the last, the in between life state, it trips me out. I'm just kind of like, something's not right with this. And of course, it takes you most of your life to wake up. Most people don't wake up to their in their 20s, 30s, or whatever. Some people have spiritual awakenings, as a teenager, um, and they start questioning things. Like that seems to be the new thing with what are they, Gen Z or whatever? Whoever's after millennials, because I'm a millennial. I think it's Gen Z. There have been several Gen Z that have had a spiritual awakening and um, started to see beyond the matrix and all that. And even with that, like the whole spiritual awakening thing, like you got to be careful with that because, yeah, you can have a spiritual awakening or an awakening in consciousness, whatever you want to call it. Um, but if you're like me and countless others, you might fall for the new age stuff. So, like, your spiritual awakening will be stifled in a way. And then you start researching all of this new age stuff and getting caught up in the new age movement, which I had to get out of. Um, and there's some things in the new age movement that are right and correct with, what is taught. I'm not going to get into, too many details of it, but yeah, you just got to be careful because, you know, you can you can kind of be held back from fully like realizing what everything is truly, what's really happening down here and all that. And so ultimately, the truth is Earth is a prison planet. It's just the truth. Earth is a soul reincarnation farm where souls are farmed. And yeah, I believe there's a way out. Yeah, I believe that we're not trapped down here um, with a possible way out. Like, I don't think there's no hope at all of getting out. I believe that there's a way out, but I can't like straight up tell you like what it is. I can't just be like, "Oh yeah, this is the surefire way to get out of here. you do this, 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 and this, and that's how you get out. No, like I wish it were that simple. But that's why I have made my videos in the manner that I have is, I'm questioning everything. I'm coming up with different ideas about how to do um certain things or, whatever. Like, I mean, as far as when you think about what's going to happen when you die and all that, is basically what I'm trying to get at. Because, I mean, there's no way to prepare for leaving your body. Is one thing to have an astral projection experience. Um, you leave your body, you go out of body, you can go to some other realm or planet or dimension or something like that. Um, it's one thing to have that experience, but when you're fully dead physically and you're out of your body and there's no coming back, you're not just having an astral projection experience. You're fully out of your body. That's a different story. Okay. You're not coming back to your body. You realize you're dead, and now you got to go face the archons or the reptilians or whatever you encounter. Um, and yeah, there's no rule book on XYZ is what you should do, and there's no neat line of choices. It's just um, it's going to be unpredictable, and we get an idea of what happens from other people who have near death experiences, but these people come back to their body, so it's only a small glimpse of what actually happens once you're fully out of your body and you're over there in that realm with them, with the so-called angels and guardians and the beings that run the white light that captures your soul and all that, and these gray aliens and these mantis beings that kidnap people, using abduction scenarios, using their UFO craft, UFO abductions, stuff like that. Like that ties into, you know, the afterlife and the soul trap and all that. Um, and so yeah, it's some crazy stuff going on. Like when you really realize it. And so I just figured to talk about this stuff and come from a different angle, try to be a little different about it, try to be um, just different in my approach. And the way I talk about this is different too. Like even somebody said that um in the comments section, and which I appreciate. I wasn't doing it to get attention or, to get somebody to say that. I was just doing it. I just chose to do it. Seriously. But yeah, I've made a couple videos in the past where I said I said something along the lines of, what I'm saying, you may have to fight, you may have to engage in Mortal Kombat or whatever, to get out of here. You may have to do whatever it takes, like if you're really trying to get out of here. And if you really want to be focused enough to get out of here, when you die. So yeah, I've said stuff like that, which I mean it. I mean, I'm trying to prepare myself to, engage in a boxing match if I have to with whatever alien, gray alien, Anunnaki, Pleiadian, angel, even if Jesus shows up, I'm gonna be ready to throw hands like Mike Tyson, straight up like Iron Mike Tyson. I'm just saying, because I don't want to come back to this place. I don't want to be reincarnated. I don't want to be tricked. I want all of those beings and that whole agenda to leave me the hell alone, basically, is what I'm saying. And yeah, I'm willing to not fall for the BS. And that's my message to you. Like, if you don't want to come back here, if you don't want to return to this, um, then hopefully like you're passionate about it. I mean, because it's easy to get caught up and distracted down here and all kind of stuff going on, and you know we all don't live the same life down here. Some of us, make a lot of money. Some of us don't. Some of us are in poor countries. Some of us are living the life of Riley. It just depends. But whether you're making lots of money or you're homeless, it's still a prison planet. So, um, like it doesn't matter what side of the track you're on. Basically, like the truth is the truth, and if you happen to wake up, then you've woken up. You see the BS for what it is, and you're probably going to go through a period of questioning things and doing a bunch of research and really trying to find out what else is going on. And if you really resonate with the soul trap theory, you're going to watch every video on the soul trap, the reincarnation soul trap. You're going to learn all about that because that's the ultimate truth. And so, and it took me a lot to, um, I mean, like it took a lot to get me to really believe the soul trap theory. Because at first, like, I heard about it, I heard about Prison Planet Earth and all that, and I just ignored it. I was like, nah, this can't be what it is. We're all just the source, and it's all la 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 and Candyland and all that. And even though all this crazy stuff is going on down here, we're all the source, and we chose all this, and it's happening because we're the source, and it's all candy and rainbows and Skittles and all that. And no matter how hard it is down here, or who suffers, or who dies in a horrible manner, or who gets enslaved, or who gets uh taken advantage of as a child in a horrible manner, no matter how many animals are abused and whatever else I can name. It's all Candyland and rainbows on the other side, and we're just gonna go back into the light and we're gonna be one because we're all the source and it's all lovely in the end, no matter what happens in between lives and what happens in each reincarnation or incarnation. That's that new age crap, man. That's that fall for the Candyland BS. And I'm just not about that. I'm sorry. Like, I really believed that for a while. Like, it took me some time to really believe that. Um, and like same with the soul trap thing. Like, yeah, it took me a minute to believe that, but it also took me a minute to believe that we're all the one consciousness and source and all that, and source created this and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, it took me a minute to believe that. When I finally did, I believed in it hardcore, and I was like, yeah, this is what it is. I found the truth. And I watched so many DMT videos of people becoming source and going to the light and becoming the light and all this and that. And oh my God, man. It's not what it is, like now I believe that the universe is infinite, okay? And I believe that each of us that has a soul that has an individual um aspect of consciousness after death, each of us that have that spark, which basically, that's everything and everyone that exists and can think for themselves, whether that be some beast in the woods like a skinwalker or Bigfoot or a reptilian from Alpha Draconis or whatever. I believe all beings, all intelligent beings have, a soul, a spirit, or whatever you want to call it. They all have that inner essence to themselves. It just seems like different souls have different agendas in the infinite universe, and this is how we've ended up in this situation here on Earth. I believe some souls have just been taken advantage of by others, that just have this agenda and just want to run the earth like this. They just want to run this as a farm. I don't know all the full details. This is just what has resonated with me, that the souls that are trapped on earth somehow got kidnapped. They were brought here. They got tricked to come down here. It's a combination of things. It was all an elaborate ploy. It's kind of like the slavery system, like in America, how, um, you know what I'm saying, Africans were enslaved and used by the Europeans, you know what I'm saying? And both of them are human beings. One was enslaved and one profited off of the slavery. It's kind of like that. It's like, you know, those beings, those astral realm reptilians and angels and the grays and whoever else is in the light and all that. That's all just a group of beings with an agenda. I don't know what the point of the agenda is of trapping souls on Earth and whatever other planets they're doing it on. I don't know the point of it, but it's just what's happening. You can sit here and say, "Oh, they're parasites. Oh, they're feeding off the energy down here. They're feeding off our suffering. You know, they're these parasitic entities." Um, I mean, technically, everything can feed off of something, like whether it's physically or, whether you're using um, whether you're using your imagination, like you can feed a thought, you can feed, you know what I'm saying, energy to something. Like everything can feed off of something. That doesn't mean it's a parasite, like people mention that too much. They're always talking about, oh, these beings are parasites, they're parasitical. Like, nah, man, they just have an agenda. Their agenda is to kidnap as many souls as they can. I don't know. Maybe us being down here helps run the system, you know? Maybe if there were no trapped souls in human form and maybe certain animal forms or whatever, then this place wouldn't be able to be run like it is. Maybe it would just be an empty world and they wouldn't be able to do what it is that they're doing. They wouldn't be able to run it like they run. But anyways, yeah, there's that. Um, and so yeah, once I started playing with this and saying to myself, wow, like it ain't all Candyland, it ain't all what I thought it was. Once I started getting away from the new age, then I really was open to the reincarnation soul trap. And at first it scared me. It scared the crap out of me. It was just like, damn, this sucks if this is really the truth, like a soul trap, like damn. But then it was liberating. And I was just kind of like, yeah, this is what it is. Like, okay, I can deal with this. Like, it's not so scary. Because, like, I mean, if you think about it, there's no way that another soul being, no matter what form it takes, because, I mean, every soul can take the form of whatever they want. If you know anything about other people's astral projection experiences and OBEs, out of body experiences, and all that, um, then you know that people can, like, when they're in that state, when they're in that astral projection state, when they're in that other dimension, wherever they are, whatever they're experiencing, like they can shapeshift, um they can take the form of whatever they want. And so yeah, like you can make yourself look like a reptilian or a gray alien or whatever, or you can look like an orb of light. That's what they call formless. They call that the formless state. But even that's a form, if you really think about it. Like even if you're just an orb or a ball of light, like that's a form. A ball is a form. So technically, there really isn't a true formless state of being. Like you're in some type of form in some type of fashion. But so yeah. So this is just universal beings that turn to the dark side. Um, you know, that exist within the infinite universe. And this is their agenda, to trap as many souls on Earth and whatever other planets that they're using to um You know what I'm saying? Use it as a prison planet. There's probably lots of other prison planets. I'm pretty sure this isn't the only one, but all right. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like it's a lot to think about. It is. Like it really is. It's a lot to think about. But it's not an impossible situation. Like it seems like it. Yeah. Seems like, oh man, when you really think about it, it's like, oh man, this is a lot to deal with. A reincarnation soul trap. Why can't it all just be Candyland and roses? And especially for Christians. Oh, I'm just gonna go meet Jesus after I die. I'm gonna go fall into the arms of Jesus. And I'm not trying to um, like make fun of anybody's religion or anything. Like, people can believe whatever they want, just like I have come to the conclusion and have. I mean, for me, it's not even a belief, it's more of a knowing when I talk about the reincarnation soul trap. But yeah, people can believe whatever they want. Um, I just feel like, getting my message across is just what needs to be done. So, but yeah, I don't want to be too long. I just wanted to go live and just shoot straight from the hip without, you know, using my normal, usual pre-recorded methods. Like I heavily edit my videos, to take anything out that I don't think should be there, or any noises, or if I accidentally cough or something like that. Like I take all that out, and I heavily edit my videos to where it gets straight to the point. So I usually would choose not to do a live stream just because of that, but I don't know, sometimes it's good to change it up. So I'm gonna end on this note. I truly know and believe, you can say both, that the reincarnation soul trap is real and is something that we all are in right now. All of us who have incarnated down here and reincarnated and are in human form and animal form and whatever other forms that are being used to trap souls. Um, that's what we're dealing with. And if you want to get out, you're just going to have to make up in your mind that you're going to put up a fight. Like in some of the NDE experiences that I've listened to a lot of YouTube videos of people's near death experiences, and I mean a lot of them, and I've read a lot of them too online on Google, on what is it called? IANS, IANDS, IANS. It's like a website. It's a website where they have like a lot of different near death experience accounts written down. I mean, they got like a lot of stories, a lot. I don't know how many, but they've got a lot of them. And yeah, I've read a lot of them there. And pretty much it's the same scenario when a person realizes, like even in a NDE experience, like a person is told, sometimes, well, most of the time, a person is told that they have to go back. Uh, and that person is like, no, I don't want to go back to Earth, and then but they're told that they have to, like they have no choice or something. Now, part of that is once you get tricked to come down here, um, I believe these archons, these these beings that use deception, they get us to agree to, I think you do have like the freedom to choose, like who your parents are, this and that, certain details, how you're gonna look and all that. But they make you pick like, well, I don't want to say they make you, but they trick you into, picking your life script. So once you've picked your life script, um, then you got to live it out. So then if you die and have an NDE and you come back to the in between life state, they're just going to tell you, oh, well, you haven't fulfilled your script, so you got to go back. So yeah, that's the thing. But the main thing is the majority of these people who encounter an angel or Jesus or who whatever shows up. Sometimes it's a blue being or an orb of light or their grandmother or something like that. And whatever shows up to them, it tells them that you got to go back. And pretty much all these people don't want to go back. So that goes to show you something. Some of these people like were living decent lives. They had the white picket fence. They had like 3 kids. They were making decent money. Maybe even driving a Bentley or whatever. But they didn't want to come back. And of course, a person who was really suffering down here, who didn't have no money or anything like that, of course, they're definitely going to be like, nah, I don't want to come back. But even the people that are living pretty decent lives don't want to come back. And then there's the whole feeling unconditional love and all that. So like part of that plays into them not wanting to come back, but that's a trap as well because they make you feel that. They use the light to make you feel that, so they can trick you into going back. So they make you think that God did it, it was God that told you to go back, or Jesus or whatever, or sometimes the light just shows up as the light and they're like, "Oh, the light is so loving and so kind. Yes, I'll go back to earth." So then when you die for real, after you return to your body and your script, is fulfilled, then you come back and you're confronted with the light and you're going to have that memory. Oh yeah, I remember the light. Or it might be Jesus or whatever, and then bam, poof, reincarnated again. So what I'm saying is like you really want to get out of this. Like if you're confronted by Jesus, Muhammad, Archangel Michael, your grandmother, your your brother that might have died 5 years before that your brother that might have died 5 years ago, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the situation, like seriously, yeah, you gotta be in that mind frame of wanting to see through the BS. And so no matter like what confronts you, you literally gotta be like ready to box to get your way out. Like you say no to everything, you tell these guardians and these so-called angels and the light, you tell it to back off. And like I said, yeah, you better be ready to engage in mortal combat in the spirit world, man. Because this ain't no joke to some high level deception. But anyways, I've been long enough so far. I hope you've enjoyed the live. Um, Maybe I'll do another one. And peace out, guys. You guys have a good one.